So vaccine uptake remains low within the 18 to 34-year-old age group. The government is now asking young people to encourage each other to get the COVID jab. Health Minister Joe Phaahla launched the Ready, I'm Ready youth vaccine drive in Pretoria today. Our reporter Lindokuhle Xulu has the latest on that. Hi there, Lindo. So tell me something. Why should people who are aged 18 to 34, who we know are in a good position health-wise generally to fight off the virus, get the jab? I think many of them are feeling the worst is over. They're feeling quite complacent about getting the jab. I'm wondering how this campaign is going to reach them.
Well, Sally, the simple answer from the Department of Health as well as the Department of Higher Education and Training is that young people must in fact speak to young people about why is it important to actually get the vaccine and the jab. And I believe one of those things was to take an approach to say that while the Department of Health has done a lot in terms of trying to, make people aware, drive the awareness campaigns around vaccines, you'd remember VUMA and all sorts of campaigns to ensure that there is awareness. They're saying that one thing that they've noticed that's been brought to their attention is the fact that they've been talking to the youth, but they haven't allowed the youth to actually have these conversations, robust conversations among themselves. And that is the reason why they're launching this particular campaign, which is Ready. They want young people to be able to say, in translation, I am ready to get the vaccine. Now that comes after some of those questions that you asked me. Why should they get the jab if they are seemingly immune, if they're seemingly not getting sick as much as the other groups? So those are some of the questions that the Department of Health says young people within the positions of actually having those conversations, such as young doctors and young professionals within the health sector, must be the ones to speak to those that are still hesitant when it comes to vaccines. But they also said that they'd be roping in your influencers, your people that are of the knowledge of that vaccines are important to actually speak to the young constituency when it comes to getting vaccines. At the current stage, 5 million young people between the ages of 18 and 34 have already gotten the jab, at least one of the jabs. But now the issue is that 12 million plus is still not coming forth to actually get their vaccine. So this particular program is saying that government has catered for creating spaces for people to get vaccinated. But in terms of the young people that are not getting their vaccines, the government is saying that young people within the health sector and people even not within the health sector that are influencers must then communicate to the concerns of young people. But let's take a listen to the Minister of Health, Joe Phaahla, who was there when he launched this particular Get Ready program, just to give us a sense really of what they are trying to achieve with this different approach from what they've already done with vaccine drives.
Government can only do up to a certain level. For us to succeed, we must let go some of this initiative, get particular constituencies within our society. If it's the young people, let them run with the program. Tomorrow, if we are approached by religious people to say we want to do it the religious way, we will let go. So ours is to say, and we said to the young people, this is yours. We are only there now. You tell us what you need, you run with it, this is your future. So when they came with Get Ready, we said, do it.
It's a really good approach, I think. I mean, no one likes to be told what to do, but particularly young people, especially in the late teens. So getting young people to engage with the youth of this country about the importance of vaccination sounds like a really good direction. And young doctors who obviously have been vaccinated, very pro-vaccine, they're also being roped in to deal with this issue, surprisingly amongst young people, around hesitancy. Tell us about that.
That's right, Sally. So it's really a young people's approach in terms of what government has employed here, making sure that the people that are speaking to young people is the youth themselves, is the young people themselves. And I did mention earlier on that this includes professionals from the health sector. So what the professionals from the health sector will be trying to do is to pay mind to the fact that not all young people are within the spaces of tertiary education. So as much as they would be having these campaigns in universities and in TVET colleges, such as the launch that was happening at the Tshwane TVET College, they are also mindful of the fact that there are other young people unemployed, some of them not within the schooling system, that are in various places. So they are trying to create, that is their task that they need to undertake, trying to create a network of young doctors all over the countries to reach far and wide places such as the rural areas, townships, to ensure that the message trickles down. But the approach here, Sally, is not to tell young people to go get vaccinated. The approach here is much more about ensuring that there is a conversation that is had, between young people who are hesitant when it comes to vaccinations, as well as those that have the knowledge of what vaccinations will do, such as achieving herd immunity. I mean, one of the mentions at this particular dialogue setting today was around the fact that we all want to go out, we all want to go on vacations, we all want to go to Konga and all sorts of places that young people are familiar with. And they were saying that to achieve that and to allow the economy to open up for that to happen, we need to achieve herd immunity. And that is one of the things that really is an important factor when it comes to vaccination. So there will be a network of doctors that will be established all over the country to ensure that far and wide people are reached, young people are reached, and they are actually engaged in terms of why it is important to actually get vaccinated. But let's take a listen again to one of the doctors we caught up with, Dr. Busi, whom we spoke to, and who just explained exactly what government will be trying to do with these campaigns of actually reaching young people and get them to get their vaccines.
Done a lot of research through UJ, and actually the most young people are not even staunch anti-vaxxers. It really comes down to the nitty-gritties of life, not having time, not having money, not having transport, going to the clinic and being sort of shifted around, sent back. So if we can just sort of speak to those young people and solve those very everyday issues, I believe more people are going to come forward and vaccinate.
Sounds like this campaign is on the right track. Absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much for updating us. Lindokuhle Xulu there. Now, still to come.